Senator Leila de Lima says she fears she'll be another victim of an extrajudicial killing while in prison. De Lima, President Rodrigo Duterte's fiercest critic, makes the statement ahead of her supposed impending arrest. She drew the ire of Duterte after she initiated a Senate probe into the spate of extrajudicial killings under his administration. Duterte accused De Lima of being a drug coddler and vowed she would go to jail. De Lima says she hopes she won't suffer the fate of former Albuera Mayor Rolando Espinosa Sr., who was killed inside his jail cell. Despite these fears, De Lima says she won't resist arrest. She adds she already talked to her family.
So, syempre, malungkot sila. Kasi I want them to be psychologically prepared kasi ayaw ko na kung mangyari na ay mabibigla sila. And then di rin nila alam kung anong gagawin.
Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre says he did not allow Wally Sombero, the alleged bagman of gambling tycoon Jack Lam, to leave the country because he was supposed to testify at the Senate probe. Aguirre says it's the obligation of the immigration officer to implement the Immigration Lookout Bulletin Order. He says, quote, he should have kept Sombero from leaving. If he wasn't barred from leaving, that is no longer the fault of the Justice Secretary. Sombero returns to the Philippines from Canada Tuesday morning. In a Senate probe February 9, Sombero's lawyer said Sombero got permission from Aguirre to leave for Las Vegas January 17. Aguirre says if he had approved Sombero's request, he would have issued an allowed departure order. Sombero allegedly bribed Immigration Associate Commissioners Al Argosino and Michael Robles with 50 million pesos for the release of illegal Chinese workers in Lam's Casino in Pampanga. A social weather station survey shows Filipinos are highly optimistic about the prospects of the Philippine economy and the improvement of their quality of living. The SWS survey shows net optimism about the economy reached positive 43 or very good. 51% of respondents are also optimistic that the Philippine economy will improve. The figure is lower than the optimism level at the start of the Duterte administration, but it's still among the highest since 1998. Net optimism about the improvement of personal quality of living registered a very high positive 45. Almost half or 48% of Filipinos also expect their quality of life to improve in the next 12 months. The survey also showed 37% of respondents think their quality of life improved in the past 12 months, higher than the 30% at the start of the Duterte administration. A non-government counter-terrorism organization says a German hostage of the Abu Sayyaf appeared in a new video to say the local terrorists will kill him if ransom is not paid soon. Site intelligence group says the ASG threatened to behead 70-year-old Jürgen Kantner in 2 weeks unless 30 million pesos or $600,000 is paid. The video was supposedly released on chat app Telegram, showing Kantner pleading for his life. The Philippine military says the video is still being validated. Kantner's yacht was found adrift off the southern Philippines last November. Presidential spokesman Ernesto Abella says the 2 billion pesos worth of aid mentioned by President Rodrigo Duterte is intended for Surigao quake victims, not mine workers, contradicting earlier statements by Communications Secretary Martin Andanar. Abella on Tuesday recalls Duterte's exact quote during his speech in Surigao last Sunday that mentioned the 2 billion peso aid. He concludes, based solely on the quote, that Duterte intended the amount for quake victims. Abella says, quote, the essence of the statement is that he will release the monies and the funds to supply the needs of those affected by the earthquake. But Andanar on Monday said the aid mentioned by Duterte is for workers who will lose their jobs when the government's mining closure orders take effect. United States National Security Advisor Michael Flynn resigns Monday amid controversy over his contacts with the Russian government. Flynn, whose encounters with Russian President Vladimir Putin had previously drawn criticism, is accused of discussing the Obama administration's election hacking-related sanctions with the Russian ambassador. In his resignation letter, Flynn says, quote, I inadvertently briefed the Vice President-elect and others with incomplete information regarding my phone calls with the Russian ambassador. Trump accepted Flynn's resignation. Flynn, a retired 3-star general, now stands accused of inappropriate contact with a foreign government and of misleading U.S. Vice President Mike Pence. The White House says Flynn has already apologized to Pence. Flynn is the first Trump cabinet member to step down just 24 days into the new administration.